When creating some of the other parts for the Adirondack chair, it might be helpful also to use canvases. You don't need to do that all of the time, but it is certainly helpful when you're creating some of these curves just to make sure it's correct. So what we might do here is take a screenshot. So on a Mac, Command Shift 4 brings up these little crosshairs. We can come through. Let's get all of those at once. Take that screenshot and then come across to a blank document. What we'll do there is we'll put that on our page. So we want to attach a canvas. This time we're going to work in our front plane and attach it to that front plane. So on my screenshots here, I'm going to pop that into the drawing, click OK. Again, it's very, very small here. So I'm going to come through into my front view. Might swing around to the back view because for some reason it's flipped that around. So we're going to come through and select. Actually, I'm just thinking it's probably worth me flipping that so it's in the correct orientation. So I'm going to flip that back and we want to modify and move. So if I go to my top view, oops, go back and select that first of all. No, it's not going to work for me. We probably want to edit that canvas. So edit canvas, and we want to say on the x-axis, I think. No. Which way do we want to move it? In the top view. I'm going to flip that around. Here we go. Flip horizontally. That's it. Click OK. And now we go to the front view and it's correct. I'm going to come through and calibrate now. So click on that there. And I know that the width of these slats is 90. So I'm going to click there and there. And it's telling me that on my drawing it's only 1mm. So you can see how small this is. We're going to go 90, click OK, and that's blown that right up. So we're going to zoom out there, and that is now in the correct scale. Now to use those, all we need to do is select one, just one at a time. Remember, we're creating our parts one file at a time. Then come through and create a rectangle in the front plane, and let's work on the intermediate back slat. So I'm going to go across to my plans, and in the cutting list I can see that the intermediate back slat is 90 wide and 750 long. So I'm going to actually put in a rectangle that is 750 long and 90 wide. Click OK. We'll zoom out so we can see that whole thing. And we want to actually now put this arc in and then delete that little corner. So I'm going to go Stop Sketch and choose the arc tool. And we might choose arc by 3 points is probably a good one to use. Zoom in on this section here and click 1 point, 2 point. No, that's not right, is it? Let's delete that. We're going to pick 1 point. Actually, our spline tool will do the trick here. We're going to just pick a few points along this path. That's the tool for the job. And then green tick to stop. Stop sketch. Select this section here and we can delete those parts. I've accidentally deleted that section there as well, so what I'll do just to finish that off is rejoin that with a line in the front plane, and it's going to go from there to there. Green tick to detach, stop sketch. And if I turn off my canvas, I can see that that should be one solid shape. If it's not, it'll colour in when it's one solid shape, so that's not quite there yet. What I'm going to do is create a new one. So I'm going to go to my line tool, and I'm just going to retrace that from there to there, there, to there, there, to there. And then for this last one, we'll go to that spline tool again, zoom in, and just click on those few points that we've come up with earlier. Click OK. Now it's coloured in, so it tells us that that is ready to be extruded. So if we go to our right isometric view, modify, create, extrude, select the profile, and then according to our plans, again, always need to be consulting those, the thickness of it is 19 millimeters thick. So distance I want to extrude it is 19. Click OK, and there's my intermediate back slat. Turn the canvas back on so we can see that shape where it came from, and I'm pretty happy with that. So what we'll actually do here is we want to save that. So I'm going to save it in Year 10 tutorials, and I should have a folder for, oh, there it is up there, Adirondack chair. I'm going to call that intermediate back slat. Click OK. And I'm also going to come through and file save as. To move to the next one, I don't want to put another part on this. So I'm going to call this one center back slat and save. When I go to my data panel, notice we should, where's that one saved? We go back to Adirondack chair, we've got our intermediate back slat and our center back slat. They're both the same at the moment, so I'm going to click into this one, wait until it loads, and now I'm actually going to delete that. In fact, I'll delete everything on there except for the canvas. Now I can keep the canvas, and when I know it's calibrated, and then come through and start to work on the center. And all that has just meant is that I don't need to continue to drop the canvas in and recalibrate.